Now let's look at a few examples where our solutions will have imaginary numbers. Although to solve an equation like this, it's much easier just to take the square root of both sides. Let's solve it using the quadratic formula. See how you do. First, we're going to want to set the expression equal to 0. Next, it's important to see that a is 1, b is 0, and c is 2. We substitute and simplify. Now, this brings up an important point about this symbol right here. People like to call it the plus minus symbol, and that's okay until you get to something like this. It's really much more a positive and negative idea, because 0 plus root negative 8 and 0 minus root negative 8 would just be root negative 8. On the other hand, we're going to have two answers here, and so we really want to see this as a positive and negative answer. To finish, I need to recognize that I'm taking the square root of a negative value. I need to rewrite that using our definition. And now I can work with the square root of positive 8, making it 2 roots of 2. I can reduce my common factor of 2. And here are my two answers. And here's a check for one of them. Try this one. After identifying a, b, and c, and substituting and simplifying, I see that my radicand is negative 35. So I'll use our definition to rewrite this term, and we're finished. It's important to keep in mind that this answer can also be written this way. This is common to make two terms with a common denominator. And that it can also be written this way if we take our factor of I, bring it to the back here, and realize it is not under the radical symbol. So you should become comfortable with all three different ways of representing a solution like this. And here's our last one. After setting the expression equal to 0, identifying a, b, and c, substituting and simplifying, I see that I have to work with the square root of negative 3. I'll use our definition, and here's our solutions. Again, people might want to write this in a different form, but always keep in mind you have two different answers here, which would look like this if we wrote it as a solution set. Again, this is that form we talked about with the last problem. Well, that will conclude this video where we have worked solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula.